Hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you're doing well. It is Thanksgiving today, and I'm part American, so we used to always celebrate Thanksgiving. And then 23 years ago, on Thanksgiving, I'd got to work, hadn't seen my mum in about 3 weeks, but I was seeing her for Thanksgiving, and got to work and got a call from my dad literally within 5 minutes of me getting there. And I was like, oh God, what do you want? Just got to work. And I heard in his voice such pain as he told me my mum had died. So I raced over and went and saw her, had to take her jewellery off her before they came to take her away. And that was painful. So we went back to my house. I took my dad back to my house and we made a Thanksgiving dinner and we celebrated her life. It's funny, I didn't think I was going to get upset talking about this. But grief is a funny thing. 23 years on, and I still feel that grief and that pain at losing my mother. I feel that grief and that pain at her not being around to help me and support me as my children grow up. Not having her there as a shoulder to cry on, as a person to lean on when I need support, as a woman to hold me. I feel that loss of a mother. And it's quite intense. You know, at 44, I still feel that. 23 years later. But also, I feel the joy at her having taught me the lesson she taught me. Unfortunately, my mum had multiple sclerosis from when I was 8. So it wasn't the easiest of upbringings. You know, she had a lot of needs. But she was always loving and caring. She was a funny woman. But for me, it's quite sad that she's not in my children's life, that my husband never met her. In fact, he didn't meet either of my parents because my dad died just after I turned 30. So I've not had parents for a while, and I'm very blessed that I had such loving parents. But I feel sad that they were both taken away from me when I was so young. I know people lose their parents at younger ages than that, 21 and 30. But it's hard. Whenever you lose a parent, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. They're the people who have brought you into the world and given you probably the most love and support. Not necessarily for everyone. But today, this isn't a video to be sad and, woe is me. But today, normally I would have a Thanksgiving meal, a vegan one, not with a turkey. But today I will be at a karate competition with my son. So we won't be having a Thanksgiving meal, but I will be having Thanksgiving in my heart and celebrating both my parents' lives today and the joy that they brought to people and the joy they brought to me. And I think that's such an important thing that we remember, not just always looking at the sad and the loss. And it's important to honour and acknowledge the pain and the grief and all of that. It's, grief is such an important thing to acknowledge, not to bury, but to express. And grief comes in waves, it's not something that is ever done, but it goes like this. It's a journey. thinking about all the beautiful things in life, all the beautiful things that they brought to me, all the things in this moment that I have to be thankful for. You know, life can be hard, but if we can focus on what is going well in my life, what is good, because we can all think of things that aren't good, but what is actually good? And that's what I like to do in the morning, is focus on my gratitude. What am I really grateful for today? What am I really grateful for? Because it helps give you that extra strength to keep going. Because some days are hard. Some days are full of a lot of challenges for a lot of people, all facing challenging times. So we have to have those tools to help us move through. And that doesn't mean denying or pushing away. That doesn't mean not accepting. I saw a beautiful photo today, and it said, "Those who have walked through the fire leave sparks of light wherever they go." And that really was such an amazing thought and image. And you know, that we go through these challenges, we go through these adversities, but then that strength it gives us, that resilience, we can share with others. We can spread that light then of how we've got through that with others. Because ultimately that's what it's about, isn't it? You know, we have lessons we go through, and then we can go, oh, you know what, this helped me through this, and that might help someone else through. And that's such a beautiful thing, that we can then support and help each other. If we've not gone through anything, it's very hard to support anyone through anything. So that's how I like to look at my challenges in life, is that then it gives me greater resources to support other people going through those, because I'm learning and I want to share what I've learned. So what have you gone through that you could share and help others with? Maybe today you could post something on social media or somewhere about one thing that helped you through something, that maybe someone will read and go, it's just what I needed to hear today. Because we can all help each other. And when we don't have parents to turn to, we can be that soul family for each other. We can be that shoulder to cry on. We can be that person to hug. So that those people who are missing out on hugging their mum or their dad or their brother or their friend or whoever it may be, can turn to someone else and have that support and that love, and know that they're loved and held and it's all okay. But sometimes that's what we need. We just need that hug. So I'm sending that hug right now to whoever needs it. I'm sending you a massive hug, and I'm also sending it to myself right now. I'm sending myself a massive hug, because I could do with one. A hug from my mum, who I loved very much, who is a beautiful woman, and I honour my mum and my dad. I honour all who have gone before us, paving the way for us. You know, my mum's illness paved the way for me to do the work I do. She inspired me to want to help people with their health. It's really what got me into doing this, was that desire to help others, because I couldn't help her. That wasn't her journey, to be helped by me. But her journey, part of it was to teach me to be a healer, to teach me about nutrition, because she was the first one that taught me about nutrition, how it was linked to multiple sclerosis, and how through good nutrition she could do better. So she got my brain thinking and ticking in those ways, and what a gift, because I've been able to help so many people with their health and their well-being because of her sacrifice of her health. So I so honour my mum for the journey she went through, the pain she went through. She struggled, bless her. You know, it wasn't a nice thing seeing her have MS for 13 years and the journey she went on. but it gave me more strength and a deeper desire to heal and be of support where I can be. So lots of love to you all and happy Thanksgiving. But please don't kill any turkeys for Thanksgiving.